People crying out for something fresh, I suppose.
No, the reason it was so big was because of the rave scene. We would play to 25,000 people, 10 on Friday, 15,000 on Saturday. The government didn't even know none of this was happening. So in a month we'd play to 150,000 people. And they then had to go and buy your record, and you went to number 3. We went to number 3 with 25,000 records. I mean, we were really good, but we were there at the right time, and we weren't afraid to mix the music up.
You just said it all. No, you said it all then.
I was actually DJing about 5 years ago, and some girl come up to the decks and she's like, "My mum and dad used to come and watch you lot." I was just like, "Oh, you know what I mean?"
I feel a problem with age at all. I don't ever think that it's just a number. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be 40 in October actually, so I'm not 40 yet. But it's really not a big deal, especially when you're dealing with music, because it transcends everything. Music transcends the language, it transcends time and space and age and everything. If you're going to dance to it, I'm going to dance to it. My grandma's going to dance to it. Yeah, my kids are going to dance to it. Then we're all celebrating the fact that we're dealing with good music.
Every single day, someone says, "Oh, have you heard dub hop? Have you heard step dub? Have you heard hop dub? Have you heard moon baton?"
These bands are coming back because they're trying to seek the sort of kind of glory that they had before, whereas Prodigy have kept evolving and keep moving on. So there's no comparison there, I don't think.
I'd just say that the 90s was just, we were lucky. It was like the 60s, early 70s. It was just such good music. Now, Oasis are kind of pop in the way that the Beatles are pop. Every single record they do is a hit, and it's clever. And the Foo Fighters never went away. The Red Hot Chili Peppers never went away. Every festival in England throughout the 2000s was headlined by one of them two. The Verve, Pulp have come back, Radiohead. Good music, because there's nothing else that's any good. I mean, Coldplay, first album was great, but that's music you go to see with your girlfriend and hold a lighter. It's still good music, but it's not that energy of English Blur. We wrote the rules. We write the rules, and unfortunately that's stopped now at the moment because of people like Simon Cowell and people with too much money and influence. They're not letting real music come through. I did go back on stage for the one show and the greatest hits tour. I was going to do about 5 or 6 shows, and I'd done one, and it was like the day after the last time I'd done it 5 years ago. And it was amazing because no one knew I was going to do it, and when I come out the response was just amazing. But at the end of it, Liam and I were like, "That was great, man, you're going to do it tomorrow?" And I was like, "Nah, that's it. At the time I was doing vocals for DJ Hyper, and that was more scary. When I could go out to outer space, I could do it asleep. It was like 5 years since I'd done it, and it was just like, oh. I said, "Please, Liam, just let me dance to 2 of Keith's old tunes." "Yeah, but everyone wants you to do it out of space." "I know, but I hate it." Yeah, Liam's in the studio, he's doing, and I was basically the one out there telling everyone what was going on, lying and yeah, he's in the studio. I'm scared. I heard Voodoo People and I'm scared. Wasn't my idea. Wasn't my You alright, buddy? You alright? It's alright, it's alright. No. It was just a bad tackle. That's all. Someone kicked me when I weren't looking. But no, there's none of that. No magic going on. Not unless you're Paul Daniels. Or David Blaine, I should say. Unless you guys wouldn't know Paul Daniels. It's a small guy with false hair. It didn't need me anymore. That's the simple answer. We 4 of us were like that, like brothers. Every one of us, although Liam write the music, Liam would write a song and I'll say, "No, you can't give that to someone else. That's for us." "Yeah, but I'm giving it to the record shop." No, that's for us. You haven't done nothing like that. I mean, I watch it now and I see where I could have still fit in, because I think it it's still as awesome, but now they've got more and more tunes. I think the dynamics of the set has changed, because for Keith to stay out there the whole time, and Maxim to stay out there the whole time, the dynamics has changed. But they've got guitarists and drummers, so it's become more like a band. So it works, but it just didn't need me anymore, and we all knew that.
In 2007, when they were taking a break to write the new material, I suddenly find myself with 2 children and a house to pay for, and so I'm like, right, so what am I going to do now? So I had to kind of think about getting some other kind of work within the music, and I started teaching and discovered I really loved that.
If you like.
Oh, it's on your head.
No, that was Keith. I'm the tall one that stands at the back. That's what people remember me for. You know, all I'd like to be remembered for is being part of one of the best bands on the planet. That's all.